All right, welcome back to another episode of the Questionable Group Chat. And today is not going to be so much of a fun episode for us, and that's because we have to discuss the Ravens Chiefs game.
Yeah,
And of course, yep. And to start off, just to go through the quick highlights here, the stats: final score was 27 Chiefs, Ravens 20. Lamar Jackson had 273 passing yards, 122 rushing yards. That's about 400 yards of offense, right?
you
Um,
have
about 400 yards of offense. One touchdown pass and one fumble, as well as a missed crucial late game touchdown to Zay Flowers, and also an out of bounds touchdown to Isaiah Likely to tie the game and possibly win it.
right.
Patrick Mahomes. Yep, Patrick Mahomes had 291 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. To go through a little bit of a highlight of the actual game. In the first quarter, Derrick Henry scored a touchdown. His first touchdown as a Raven. Xavier Worthy had I believe it was like an end around play for a 21-yard run for a touchdown. He's really fast. In quarter two, we had 2 field goals by the Chiefs. We had 2 field goal attempts by the Ravens, one which was missed by Justin Tucker, 53-yard kick he missed, and the other one he made. So going into the half, I think it was 13-10 Chiefs. In quarter three, Isaiah Pacheco had a 1-yard touchdown run. Ravens went scoreless in the quarter three. And in the fourth quarter, Isaiah Likely had a bomb 49-yard touchdown. And Worthy had a 35-yard touchdown off a broken, miscommunicated play. And then Ravens had a field goal. And then that was the end of the game. That was a quick highlight of how the game went. In terms of, I'm going to go into the segment, I'm going to call it player of the game. So I want to give a player of the game for both sides. On the Ravens side, I think it's pretty obvious. I would say it's Lamar Jackson. I mean, he put up almost
Yeah,
400 yards total offense. I think
it carries the
without
offense really hard.
he carried the offense really hard. I think, yeah. I mean, there's just he was the player of the game, to be honest. Without him,
Yeah,
it wouldn't have even been close.
he honestly played better than Mahomes in my opinion, but it's arguable both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, we're used to it now. Lamar carried the offense
Yep.
at an insane level.
Yep. So I'm assuming you're saying he's the player of the game as well for the
Yeah, hundred
Ravens.
percent.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
All right. Cool. On the Chiefs side, so we might differ a little here. I'm gonna say it was Rashee Rice. I thought he was very critical to their offense. He had so many plays where he just he just destroyed the defense with the same. Honestly, it was like the same play. I saw him run the same route and the same play like 4 or 5 times.
yeah.
And it was like a slant against Roquan Smith, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But for me, Rashee Rice was the player of the game. What about you for Chiefs?
Yeah, I would actually give it to. It's hard. I just want to give it to. I think I'd give it to Xavier Worthy. He
Mm.
the first drive, I think it was their first drive. Xavier Worthy's touchdown was insane, and on the broken play, like you
See,
know, I think
see
they
that
were.
got it. That's actually one of the reasons why I didn't get to Xavier Worthy because I don't think it was anything he really did. I think that was more of a defensive miscommunication. He was wide open. There was literally nobody covering him.
Yeah, I
So
mean, yeah, that's a good point.
that's why I gave it to Rasheed Rice. I thought he had more critical plays. I
Nah,
mean, he was
I might even, you could make an argument for Chris Jones as well because
yeah, he
the
could.
the Chiefs D line was killing the
Insane.
Ravens O line. I mean, Lamar was running for his life a lot. Caused
Yeah.
that fumble. Just a lot of pressure. Derrick Henry never really got fully going. So the Ravens O line, they got their ass kicked, honestly. The
Yeah.
right side mainly. The right side got its ass kicked. Left side actually did okay. And but I think the if they and McCoy and
Hmm.
uh Voorhees, they got their ass kicked.
Yeah. So that actually segues perfectly into the next segment, which is Ravens Reddit special. If you're on the Ravens subreddit, definitely join it. We're gonna go with whenever the Ravens lose, we're gonna have a blame of the game. So who is most to blame on the Ravens for this loss? You can go first.
I would say It's kind of tough. I would say the O-line, probably. It's kind of a collective loss. Like I would say the O-line probably. Just because they were getting beat all the way. Under, I guess they did enough at the end for the Ravens to tie it. I mean that some of the blame has to be a little bit on Lamar for missing Zay, and I mean not Zay Likely the play before, but he did make. I mean he hit Isaiah Likely on the last play. It's just unfortunately he was out. Um, I have to put some blame on the defense too for like they were playing good in the first half. They didn't play that good in the second half. They were getting how many touchdowns did the Chiefs have in the second half? Two
They had 2 touchdowns. Yes.
and a field goal.
No, just 2 touchdowns.
Just two touchdowns. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I mean the broken play was bad. Um,
Yeah.
the touchdown was bad. Like they played good in the first half. The second half they didn't play very good. Um, and even though Justin Tucker's miss didn't really impact the game, still, I mean,
Yeah.
like we would have been down by 4, so it wouldn't have mattered at the end of the day. And we still needed a touchdown, but Tucker is obviously showing some signs of age. I mean, he's missing. He didn't really used to miss 50, 52, 53 yarders like that. So
Yep. Yep.
I'll,
So,
I'll put the number one blame on the offensive line for sure.
yep. I agree 100%. I think the offensive line is the most to blame. They had so many penalties in the first
Oh,
half.
yeah, but that was ridiculous. I mean, we could talk about the officiating was bad. It was really bad. I mean,
Yeah, it was terrible. I agree.
but
Uh,
the line penalties were ridiculous. They weren't calling it on the Chiefs. The Chiefs were blatantly doing it. The same thing.
yeah.
That one roughing the passer on Patrick Mahomes, wasn't that was ridiculous too, I think.
Oh
Um,
yeah, Matabiki. But the officiating made up for that call with Roquan Smith because he definitely got a late hit on Mahomes that one play. That was, I mean, call spade is made. It was 100% a late hit.
yeah. But again,
Yeah,
the offensive line penalties, they should have been calling on the Chiefs. Like, I mean, they were doing the exact same thing.
yeah. So that
Um,
actually,
like
so
that.
on the Roquan Smith point, so I'm just gonna go through a few highlights these are my observations from the game. For one, Roquan Smith was getting attacked all night by Rashee Rice, and they were
Yeah,
winning that battle.
right.
And the issue with that is, Roquan got really frustrated, and it clearly showed. He got into like a argument with one of the players on the sideline after he pushed Mahomes. He
Yep.
was clearly really frustrated, and actually, after the game, he vowed that this is going to be the worst game he's ever played, the worst game that the whole team's ever played. Like he said, we're not going to be this bad going forward.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
to be fair, none of the guys really, not a lot of the stars didn't play in the preseason.
yeah,
So they didn't play in the preseason. There's a new defensive coordinator. It's the offense also didn't play at all in the preseason, pretty much. So like, they're still getting their legs under them and all that. So all in all, they didn't play that bad against the Chiefs in a hostile environment. They played okay. They did. We lost by half, or at least maybe gone to overtime, or no, well, Harbaugh was going to go for 2. We essentially lost by half an inch, which is pretty good. I mean, both were good. You look at at Sunday night now. We saw some of the teams play today, like the Bengals. Even the Steelers, they won. They didn't look good. They looked like shit.
oh yeah,
Um,
they looked horrible.
Bengals looked like shit. Like a lot of teams didn't look that great. So, it is what it is. Sucks, but whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so that was one thing I noticed. Another thing I noticed, which was frustrating for all Ravens fans, is Lamar. He missed a few key throws.
Yeah,
Not just Zay Flowers in the end zone. That was obviously like the biggest miss, but even like just gimme throws where he's throwing it to Justice Hill. I can count probably at least 2 times where it was just a throw to the flat to Justice Hill, and it was just a completely off throw. Like it wasn't even close.
yeah. And according to so people are saying like Lamar just threw really bad passes there, but in the press conference he said he wasn't targeting. He didn't even see Zay was open. He was trying to throw the Bateman, apparently.
Yeah,
Which
yeah,
is, I mean, that's also bad that he didn't see Zay. He was so open. Um,
yeah, yeah. He was
but
so open.
I think that's a function of Lamar wasn't sure how much time he had because he'd been under pressure all night.
Yeah,
But again, he hit Isaiah Likely in the next play. It's just, unfortunately, he was out
unfortunately,
by
a
just
hair.
a hair, right? Which, I
But
personally believe that if he had been in and we were going to go for two, I think we would have gotten it. I just don't think. I think Lamar would have kept the ball and gotten 2 yards and ate a touchdown. I don't think he's too fast. If it was like 3 or 4 yards, I would say, oh, maybe they can get him. But 2 yards, nah,
that's
it's
also
hard to
hard.
stop him. It's really
It's
hard to
hard.
stop Lamar there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I'm gonna.
so yeah, go ahead.
Yep, yep. Apparently, so Bateman was also supposed to sit in that zone, and he didn't. He kept running,
Gotcha.
and that's why the throw was like in between both of them
Right,
because neither of them sat
right,
in their zone.
right.
But to give Zay credit, he was running more to the right because Lamar was scrambling to the right.
Yeah,
So to make the throw easier, instead of throwing
across
across the
body.
body,
Yeah, yeah.
he was
It's
just trying to
just
make it easier for Lamar. But Lamar didn't even see him, which is just so unfortunate. And I mean, if if you were to give a grade to Lamar for this game, what would you give him?
um. What was his completion percentage? It wasn't that good, right? Probably 40
I'll
times, I think.
let's look it up right
I
now.
think it was like 26 for 41 or something like that. So what is that?
1 second. I didn't know you were gonna ask me that.
I actually had the stats pulled up, so
Nah, not all of them. That's on me. Okay, yeah, you're on the money. 26 to 41.
what is that percentage? I can't. It's a weird
Uh,
number.
let's see.
It's not that.
26 divided by 41. 63%.
Okay, so it's about average.
Not average.
Um,
Yeah. Not terrible.
I I'd go maybe a B plus. I mean, he's running for his life a lot, and he had 400 all-purpose yards, so I mean, that's kind of that's pretty damn good. His
Yeah.
QBR I think was okay too, so I'd probably give him a B plus.
Yep. So that's exactly where I was going. I'm gonna give him a B. I was thinking B minus, but I was like, that might be a little too harsh. They're literally
Chiefs, I
playing
mean,
the Chiefs. Yeah, they play the best team, the measuring stick
right,
of the NFL.
right,
So I'll give him a B. I'll give him a B. Definitely needs to. Not even. I mean, you know what? Miscommunications happen. He didn't see Zay. Whatever. I'm more annoyed at the layup passes. Like
yeah,
there was like 2 or 3 passes to the flats, which are literally layups, and he just was missing them. That's unacceptable in my opinion.
right,
Even like maybe I'll give you one pass on that, but like he did it like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, okay, that's not okay. You need to fix that.
yeah,
So, and also, I don't know if I already said this, but shout out to Justice Hill. He played really well.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. He played.
on the receiving side, he played really well. So I'm gonna give him props there. Another thing I wanted to highlight was the fourth down, the one that we did not make. That was actually a good play. If you watch the replay, Zay had a completely open lane, but Nelson Aguilar didn't do his job. He was supposed to block the guy in front of him, and he just ran a route instead for some reason, or he like just ran away from the guy he was supposed to block. So that's why Zay was tackled before the first down. If you watch the replay, if he had done his duty and blocked that guy, there was nobody covering Zay. He had literally an open lane.
Oh,
It was
wow, I
kinda
didn't realize
crazy.
that.
If you watch the
See,
replay,
that's a function of. I feel like that's a function of not playing in the preseason.
yeah, yeah,
I feel like that's on that, and you know, you could say what you want about playing or not playing the preseason. We've had obviously the Ravens have had significant injury history,
yeah,
so and I can understand not playing in the preseason, but at the same time, when you don't, I feel like there's no tendency for shit like that to happen.
yep, yep. And then we saw it. I mean, we had so many penalties, we had so many miscommunications, and it was a big part of the reason why we lost.
Right.
So overall, final thoughts. I know we lost, and it sucks to lose to the Chiefs because they had our number. But I'm feeling actually pretty optimistic about the team. What I liked about what I saw was they fought their tail off. Lamar left everything on the field. They didn't panic, which is also what I like. They were
Yeah,
down.
that's
They
true.
didn't panic. I like
That's
that
true.
about them. Because previous Ravens teams would panic and just do ridiculous play calls, just ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see Derrick Henry used a bit more, but that's okay. I think they'll figure out as the season goes on.
I think they're saving him for later in the
I
season.
I also think so too. I think they're saving him for later.
Long season.
Yeah, it's a long season, and Derrick Henry's a bit older.
Yeah.
And yeah. Overall, I'm feeling optimistic. I think
The only real negative about the game is Kyle Van Noy got hurt. That's the only really thing that sucked. Other than that, it was
Oh, we didn't even talk about it. David Ojabo, he had a sack.
yeah, he had a good
He had a
game.
sack. He had a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rashad
So that's
Bateman
nice
had a
to
good
see.
name.
Rashad Bateman had a decent game.
Decent game. I wouldn't say good. Yeah, a decent
yeah.
game.
But biggest concern I would say is O-line. But again, man, they had literally one of the toughest tasks as their first game. So we'll see. If by week 3 or 4 the O-line's still an issue, then it's a real issue, in my opinion.
Right.
But yeah, overall, I'm feeling optimistic about the team. How about yourself?
Well, yeah, I feel okay about it. I mean, I think this offense is going to get way better as the season goes on. Because they played pretty well against a good defense, with no preseason snaps, no live rounds. So I think the offense is going to actually be pretty good. Isaiah Likely is.
I wouldn't even talk about him. He is the real deal.
Yeah. I mean, Mark Andrews was non-existent almost. And maybe that's a function of the defense focusing more on him. But man, Isaiah Likely is.
He's the real deal.
Yeah.
He's the real deal. Yeah. He's going to be, if he's not already number 1 tight end, he's going to be the number 1 tight end very soon. Probably this season, but very soon he's going to be the number 1 guy. And that about wraps it up. We'll see you guys next week when we face the Raiders in our home opener. My prediction was already wrong for the season. I said we'd beat the Chiefs. So I'm already wrong. But you're still alive, D-Buck. You had us losing this game, so we'll see what happens next week. I think we both had them as a W for the Ravens.
Real quick, the Raiders lost today against the Chargers.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
And then Bengals lost to the Patriots. Browns got destroyed by the Cowboys, and the Steelers won, so they are leading the division now. But I don't think either of us expect that to last too long. They'll enjoy it for about a month, but then the real team, either the Ravens or who knows, maybe the Bengals, if Joe Burrow comes back to form, will take the division. So with that, we'll see you guys next week. All right. Bye.
Yep.